Today, I want to talk to you about how I got catfished by a Japanese beauty. I'm going to need some wine for this one. So, what happened? I was on a language exchange app and it picks up local people in the area. And it picked up this Japanese girl, and I noticed that she was wanting to learn my language, I was wanting to learn one of her languages, and I thought, wow, she's also from Japan, she can speak Japanese, that's amazing, I would love to go to Japan. And obviously my impression, like most Western men, we get a good impression of Japanese women. And I looked at her profile picture was unbelievable. I mean, she looked really, really smoking hot. So I thought, this is too good to be true. I thought that must be a fake profile picture. So I went on her photos, I seen all her other photos, and she looked really, really nice. And I thought, there's no way that's her. So I messaged her and I said, is that you in the photos by any chance? And she was like, oh no, that's not me. That's not me. She was like, that's just some character she likes, some actress or something. I was like, oh, okay. And I was like, oh, so is it true, like, you're living in the area and all this? By this point, I still wasn't fully sure what she looked like. And she's like, yeah, I'm in the area, I'm local, I'm nearby and all this. And she told me how long she's been there and all that. Her English was very good. And I thought, wow, like, she's wanting to learn English, I thought, but her English already seems very good. I thought maybe it's her speaking or something. Anyways, so we exchanged IDs here in China. We actually use a thing called WeChat. So we exchange WeChat IDs. That's basically the equivalent of exchanging numbers in the West. It's a bit like Facebook, Instagram, and the number all in one. So that's what we did. We messaged each other. We were messaging each other regularly, and she seemed like a really, really nice person. Now, let me tell you, of course, one of the first things I did when I got her WeChat and she accepted me was look straight at her pictures. And let me tell you, she was really, really beautiful. I thought, I wonder if this is her. Don't tell me this is another girl, another actress that she likes. So I asked her, I said, is this you? Is this one actually you? Or is this some actress as well? She's like, oh no, this one's actually me. I was like, really? So all the pictures? She was like, yeah, all the pictures are me. I was like, wow, I thought this girl, she's actually incredible. She's really, really incredible. I thought she's even more beautiful than the pictures that was on her language exchange profile. I thought, I can't believe it. I thought this is too good to be true. I thought literally, it's like coming across a gold mine here. I thought, I can't believe this. I thought, I mean, talking about your lucky stars, I thought all my stars have been aligned for this moment. Honestly, I thought, is this like a dream or something? I know it's silly, but in our day and age, usually like social media, that's normally how people meet. And I was never one into meeting somebody like that for, say, a date, a girlfriend or something, because I just think it's a bit wrong. Maybe I'm a bit too old school for the new generation. But I just thought, wow, well, maybe this is how it's supposed to be. Maybe I was supposed to meet her like this. So anyways, of course, by this point, I got an even better impression. I was even more keen on meeting her. So we messaged, we exchanged all that. We were talking all the time. And she used to send me some voice messages, and her voice sounded so beautiful. It sounded so beautiful, especially like when she was speaking English. It was just so innocent. It was just so cute. It was really, really nice, but not like too cute. Like, it was just feminine. That's the only way I can describe it, with like a real feminine voice. And I thought, wow, that's so nice. It's like a breath of fresh air compared to like what I've been used to in the past. So anyways, we agreed to meet and all this. We decided to meet up on the opposite side of the city, this main area where everybody knows, where everybody goes, inside this mall. I thought somewhere where it's nice, well lit, where there's lots of people around. I thought that way it'll be safer, it'll feel more comfortable for herself, and also it will be more comfortable for me as well. So yeah, I was waiting there. I was on time, I was early, and I was waiting for 10, 15 minutes. And eventually there comes this girl, and I thought, wow, I thought this must be her. And as she's in a distance, she just like kind of did this little wave. And I was like, is that her? I thought, wow, that's her. I thought, I don't believe it. I thought, I'm actually going to meet her, right? Now, I'm not the type to really get nervous or nothing, especially on dates. Honestly, I do not understand when guys get nervous for dates. I do not get it. How can you get nervous meeting a stranger? Maybe it's because I've worked with strangers like my whole life in like my jobs in the past. Maybe that's why I feel like I'm different to other guys. Maybe that's why I'm completely fully relaxed. in these situations, but I never feel nervous or nothing, honestly. It doesn't feel like an interview. It doesn't feel stressful. It doesn't feel like any sort of pressure. Like at the end of the day, you're just meeting to get to know each other, you know? And I just don't think it's always on me too. Like, who cares if she doesn't like you? What happens if I don't like her? That's the way I look at it. That's the way many guys and even girls watching this should look at things. Like, what happens if you don't like them too? So don't be nervous. Because yeah, they might not like you, but who says you might not like them too? So you know what I mean? It's the same thing both ways. So yeah, I'm normally fully relaxed, but I have to admit, based on all the pictures, the conversations and everything, and for the fact that maybe it was because she's from the mysterious, magical Japan. You know, in the West, we get this impression of Japan being magical, mysterious and all this. Maybe it's all the movies, maybe all the propaganda, all the Hollywood stuff. I don't know. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. But I just get this really like nice, tingling, magical sensation of Japan. So I thought, wow, maybe this is going to be the one. Maybe this is going to be the one for me. And I thought, so far, she's like a real woman, you know, she's so feminine, she's so soft, she's so kind, she's so caring, she's so consistent. I thought everything, like, you know, she's ticking all the boxes right here. This is too good to be true. Anyways, so as she's getting closer, as she's getting closer, I realized, I thought, uh-oh, this is not her. This is not her. This cannot be her. And I'm thinking, maybe she's talking to somebody behind me. By this point, I was hoping she was talking to somebody behind me. I was hoping there was somebody behind me, some other guy. I turned around and looked, there was nobody, just me. And I was like, I said, is that you? She said, yeah, it's me. She was like, just 2 seconds. Honestly, as she got closer, I seen her face. I've never seen nothing like it in my life. Oh my goodness, like it looked like she, do you know, have you ever seen people when they're being caked? Let's say like at a birthday party, when somebody's like pushed the face inside the cake and they've got like cake all the way around the face. And there's like a line like that, like a mask. Honestly, I'm not even joking. Like that's what her face looked like. And I don't mean this in a disrespectful way. It really isn't a disrespectful or ignorant way, but it's the truth. The truth is the truth. It is what it is, you know? And honestly, like she had like a line. Honestly, it looked like cake. It looked like somebody dipped her face in a cake. And I just thought to myself, I thought, I've literally never seen anything what looks like that before. I've never seen a woman like who's actually went outside looking like that. It looked like she'd start getting dressed, like putting on her face, and then she forgot to finish it off. It's like she forgot to blend it into her neck or something, but it was like a proper line all the way around her face. Like literally looked like a mask that you could just pick it up and pull it off. It was so weird. And what's even stranger is like the makeup was so white. It's like she was already like really light skinned, really fair skinned, but this makeup was so white. It made her look tan. That's how white the makeup was. It was so weird. Now she got up closer, I was like, oh my goodness, like she's nothing like the pictures. I was thinking about just turning around, just doing a shoot. I thought, that's it, I'm out of here, you know, but I thought I can't do that because I just felt bad, you know, I felt bad for her because I thought there's no way I can just like leave her like this. I thought she'll probably be traumatized for the rest of her life, you know what I mean? It'll probably like scar her, like she'll probably never forget this. And at the same time, I thought being talking consistent for days and stuff. In fact, it was weeks. And I just thought also like my time's being wasted. I thought just like, you know, just show us some kind of respect here. I thought, and then just pretend like I've got an emergency, I've got to go. Anyways, so I really couldn't believe it. As she got closer, this smell, this scent hit me. Oh, I've never honestly smelled nothing like it. I've never smelled nothing like it in my life. Like the only way I can describe it is, have you ever smelled the old fragrance, Brut? B-R-U-T. So what some men wear, usually old men. Well, she had on the old women's version of that, whatever that may be. Oh, it stunk. I've never smelled a perfume so cheap smelling, so disgusting in my life. Honestly, I was like, oh my God, I've smelled better grannies than this. I thought, this is too much for me. This is too much. I thought all of a sudden, all those green flags would just turn into red flags. And I just thought, I mean, talking about impressions, you know how they say first impressions count? Jesus, don't they just, this is too much for me. I've never imagined this. I've never seen this before. Not even like walking down the street. I've never seen people looking or smelling like this before. It was so weird, you know, so weird. And all of a sudden, all my dreams of like having a Japanese woman, I don't know, moving to Japan, you know how guys think, how their imagination takes over, especially when the girl's beautiful and likes them back, it was just evaporating into thin air. So we got outside, went around the corner, and I'm thinking, oh my goodness, I literally couldn't even get the smell out of my mouth. I was like, it was disgusting, man. It was disgusting, honestly. Being a gentleman, and also because I was a hungry gentleman, I said to her, have you eaten? I thought if she hasn't eaten, we can eat because I need my dinner too. And, I'll get something for her. And that way, I won't feel as guilty or as bad when I never see her again, I message her again. And I thought, and if she has eaten, then it's fine. I thought, then I'll get something. I'll get her like a drink or something, or she can watch me eat or whatever. I'll get something later. I thought that gives me a good enough reason to go. So anyway, she's like, no, I haven't eaten. I was like, oh, cool. I was like, so would you like to get some food to eat? She's like, yeah, okay, sure. So, we're walking past this restaurant. There's this German restaurant. Now, I've never been to this German restaurant before. I've always wanted to try the place. I've never been to a German restaurant, to be honest. I don't even know like what they're selling stuff. I'm guessing it's like sausages or something. So I was like, well, I've always wanted to try this place, but I didn't say nothing. She didn't even know that. And she said, oh, well, why don't I go here? And I thought, wow, she just read my mind. I thought, cool, sure. So went inside, I sat down, looked at the menu. The first thing I did was I gave her the menu. I said, oh, just order whatever you want. And she's like, oh, okay. So she's like, I want this, I want this, I want this, I want this. Now, when the siren, like the alarm, the inner alarm goes off, it's like, hold on, she's too confident. Like, usually girls, they're supposed to like have manners. Not just girls, it works both ways. Usually when you're making a first impression on a date or something, or meeting somebody for the first time, and especially when somebody's inviting you out or taking you out on a date, usually, I know we're living in a different time now, a different generation, different era, like a classless era and stuff, but still, she's from Japan. Remember that? She's from Japan. Japan is a conservative, respectful place of morals, of decency. And I was not expecting that. So the waiter was like, oh, yes. And I was like, oh, so how much food we've got? She ordered like 5 different dishes. So I looked at the food because I'm thinking, well, God, like we've got all this food now. I thought, we're definitely sharing. For those thinking, sharing, what you doing, sharing. That's how it works in Asia. That's how like Asians usually work. They usually share the food when they're out. So they'll order whatever and then they'll share. They'll just take whatever they want, they'll half and half everything. That's how it works here for those who don't know. For those who's never been to Asia before. So I was like, oh, well, looks like we're sharing. Even though I didn't really want to share, I'm from the West. I prefer just my meal. Just enjoy that. But I thought, oh, okay, well, she's took over. She's took the chains. She's took the lead. So I was like, okay, well, looks like we're sharing now. So I looked at the meals that she'd ordered, and she ordered some of like the biggest meals. So I looked at the menu, I looked at the price, I was just glancing. I wasn't even intending on looking at the price. I just went like, it just caught my eye. I was like, whoa. The price, honestly, of the first dish, it was like one of the most expensive things on the menu. Straight away, I was kind of taken back. I was like, what the hell? What the heck? So then I looked at the next dish price, and I was like, what the heck? These are like the most expensive dishes on the menu. I honestly couldn't believe it. From that moment, I just felt like I was sinking into my seat because I just thought to myself, I knew I should have turned away. Do you know like the inner voice inside your head when I first seen her? When I actually got up close, I was thinking about just walking past her saying, oh, sorry, I don't know you. Oh, sorry, I'm not him. Do you know what I mean? Oh, sorry, I've got an emergency. I've got to go. And I just thought to myself, I just regret it. I thought, I knew I should have done a shoot. Honestly, I knew I should have scored. I thought I've lost my chance now. I just felt like I was like sinking in quicksand in my chair. I just felt like I was melting in the chair. I was like, what did I do? I knew I was never going to see her again. She's disgusting, I mean that in every truthful way possible, in the nicest way as well. But really she was. They say everybody's got a type, but she definitely wasn't my type. So I never would have looked at her in a million, zillion, trillion years. And I just thought to myself, what have I done? This is one expensive date. Not just that, I'm never seeing this chick ever again. So anyways, I just bit my tongue, went along with it. As we're there having the meal, it was so difficult. Like, honestly, she had no conversation. I know nothing. And I thought, oh my God, like she literally cannot offer anything, like literally anything. And at this point, at the same time, like when you realize you're too far in, you can't really turn back. There's no turning back. And I just thought to myself, oh my goodness, like the whole thing's been a mess. I was like, even now, every second I should just like scarp her. I should just leave her there with the bill. But honestly, again, I'm too much of a gentleman to do that. I really am. Like, I don't know. I feel like you've got to be a real cold-hearted person just to like stand up and like leave somebody like that, even though she had no problem, like, you know, giving me that kind of bill, ordering that kind of food, and then leaving me with the bill. And I thought, well, you know, maybe we can be friends at the end of it all. I thought, and maybe the last resort, she can offer to pay. You know what I mean? Or maybe she'll say, oh, can I pay half? Or can I contribute or something? I thought, then I'll give her a pass. Anyways, so the bill came over. Honestly, I couldn't believe the price of the bill. I never realised German restaurants could be so damn expensive, honestly. Just for sausages and that, honestly. Like sausages, chips, things like this. Like potato wedges. I was like, what on earth? How the heck can this cost so much money? I will never know. I could have made my own for less than that. As I'm taking my time to see if she'll pay, just to test her, see if she'll offer, pay, or anything. She doesn't even flinch. Doesn't even flinch. Just sits there like that. And I just thought to myself, oh my goodness. Honestly, I'm speechless. Even now, thinking back, I'm just lost for words. I'm just lost for words. So we quickly finished up. We left, and I was like, I've got to go. I was like, nice meeting you. Got to go. See you. Anyways, that's my story of when I was catfished by a Japanese beauty. And honestly, I can't believe it. I can't believe it actually happened to me. I used to watch the show Catfish on MTV many, many years ago. And I used to think, haha, look at that, look at that. I was like, how can you let that happen? I can't believe I got catfished. Has this ever happened to you? What's your thoughts on this? Do you know somebody who's been catfished before? Let me know the story down below in the comments. Don't forget, like and subscribe. Thanks a lot.